Scientists at Johns Hopkins Sidney Kimmel Comprehensive Cancer Center have developed a blood test that may be a stepping stone to earlier diagnosis of cancer. The team developed a method called a targeted error correction sequencing. It can detect even very low amounts of CTDNA, which would most likely be found in people who have early-stage cancer. The researchers took blood samples from 200 people with different stages of breast, lung, ovarian, and colorectal cancer. The test was able to identify 62% of stages 1 and 2 cancers. The test can tell the difference between cancer and non-cancer DNA in the blood. That includes altered DNA that could otherwise be mistaken for cancer biomarkers. The full report was published in Science Translational Medicine. Now, several types of cancer present no symptoms. However, experts say there are some early signs that can help patients to know of a possible problem and seek medical care early. Joining us via Skype from Westborough, Massachusetts, is Tricia Laursen, Executive Director, 1540 Connection, a U.S. nonprofit committed to teaching people how to detect cancer early to improve cancer survival rates. Ms. Laursen, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us, what are some of the telltale signs that people should look for as they're listening to their bodies to know that there may be a potential problem?
So one of the most common signs of cancer is a subtle change in your health that persists. So something about what is normal for your health, and we know that everybody's normal is different, changes in subtle ways, and that persists for 2 weeks or more, that's often cancer's most early warning sign to you. And it's health changes that we currently ignore or minimize, but we need to take seriously if they are persisting.
Does it depend on the type of cancer, or these are some general signs that will show up regardless of what type of cancer?
So the way that subtle health changes will be different based on the type of cancer. But that's a rule, or that subtle and persistent is something that applies to all cancers.
So tell us about the 1540 approach in detecting cancer early. You have some steps that you recommend that people should take.
That's right. So our job here at 1540 Connection is to teach people how to detect cancer early and how to work with their physicians. And we do this through a program we call 3 Steps Detect. Would you like me to walk through the 3 steps?
Yes, go ahead. Quickly, you can.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first step is know what your normal health is, or know how you feel on your best days. Know you're great, right? When you know that, you now have a tool for yourself to evaluate change. The second step is, we call it the 2-week rule. So if your health changes in subtle ways, say your energy level changes, or your sleep patterns, or your bowel habits, anything, pain levels, if that persists for 2 weeks, that's a time, at the end of that 2 weeks, is when you should call your doctor. Most benign things will resolve within 2 weeks. And then the third step we call share with a doctor. So once you make the appointment with your doctor, your job's not done. You need to go and tell your doctor all about your health changes and share your concerns, what it feels like. Your doctor won't know by looking at you, and your doctor can't guess the right things to do to find things. Your doctor needs you to provide information. You're important.
At what point do you seek perhaps further help, or perhaps a second opinion, when you see one doctor who tells you, oh, everything is fine, you are okay, but you still see persistent symptoms?
Yeah. So what we do is, that's a great question, is we advise that if a doctor does say that to you and you're still seeing persistent symptoms, ask your doctor, when should I feel better? And if I don't by that time, what should I do? If you're still not getting any results, at the end of that, after you've given that a shot, it's time to find another doctor who's going to take your concerns more seriously. If you're feeling different than what's normal for you, there's a reason for that, and you want to get to the bottom of it.
Okay, Ms. Laursen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And that was Tricia Laursen. She is Executive Director of 1540 Connection.